Geek Speak has been brought to you by Kaboom Comics Toowoomba. Make sure you get in there and get hit by a cricket bat. On today's episode, DC cut 6 titles and adds 6 more. The Nintendo 3DS not a flop, who knew? And the top 10 films I'm looking forward to most for 2012. All that and more on an extra special long premiere episode of Geek Speak. Oh hello, didn't see you there. Welcome to Geek Speak. I'm your host, Bryce McEwen, and I'm the reason Owen Wilson has a weird nose. Each and every week on Geek Speak, we'll be telling you the latest movie, video game, and comic book news. But first, a look at my top 10 films that I'm looking forward to most for 2012. Number 10, Taken 2. Taken 2 brings back the original cast, Liam Neeson, Maggie Grace, and Famke Janssen.
Famke Janssen!
Whatever, the redhead from X-Men. It's written by the original writers, Luc Besson and Robert Mark Kamen. This time, Brian Mills, portrayed by Neeson, is the one who is taken by a father of someone he killed in the first film.
Ooh.
Sounds a little suspicious at the end there. Number 9, Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close. This one stars Tom Hanks, Sandra Bullock, John Goodman, Max von Sydow, and introduces to the world Thomas Horn. This movie is about Oscar Scheld, portrayed by Horn, and he searched through New York City for the lock that matches a mysterious key left behind by his father, who perished in the September 11 attacks on the World Trade Center. Number 8, They're Back, and in Black. Men in Black 3 comes back after 10 years, with Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones, and Rip Torn reprising their roles of J, K, and Z respectively. Adding to the already established cast is Emma Thompson, Bill Hader, and Jermaine Clement. Judging from the trailer, this looks like it's a mix of Back to the Future with aliens.
Okay, how do you know my name?
Number 7, James Bond, Skyfall. Starring Daniel Craig as James Bond, Judi Dench as M, and reintroduces Q back into the James Bond world, played by Ben Whishaw, and Javier Bardem as the villain. This movie would have been ranked higher, except that Quantum, which they've been introducing in the last 2 films, has absolutely no presence in this one. I've got a brilliant idea. Let's have 2 movies introduce a shady organisation and then totally ignore it in the 3rd one. Good work, James Bond. You've done it again. Number 6, Killer Elite. Based on the 1991 novel, The Feathermen, Killer Elite stars Jason Statham, Clive Owen, and Robert De Niro. Why should you be excited for this movie? 2 words. Jason Statham, kicking ass.
That's more than 2. That's 4 words.
Number 5, Expendables 2. If I had to explain this movie in a mathematical sum, it could be Expendables 2 equals the first movie plus Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis in it for more than 30 seconds, plus Jean-Claude Van Damme, plus Thor's brother,
Loki?
No, the other Hemsworth. Liam, I think his name is. Plus Chuck Norris. Hoo-yah! Number 4, The Dictator. Sacha Baron Cohen is back in his first original character, non-mockumentarist film. Non-mockumentarist, is that even a real word? I just made up a word.
Spell it.
Can I hear it in a sentence? Anyway, in his non-mockumentarist film, since Ali G in the house. The film is also being directed by Larry Charles, who's also the man who dictated Sacha Baron Cohen's last 2 films, Bruno and Borat. The film also stars Megan Fox, John C. Reilly, Anna Faris, and Ben Kingsley. And now, my top 3 films that I'm looking forward to most for 2012. Number 3, The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Peter Jackson takes us back to the realm of Middle-earth.
Earth.
Roll it. This prequel to the Lord of the Rings trilogy stars Martin Freeman as Bilbo Baggins. Also reprising their roles are Orlando Bloom, Kate Blanchett, Hugo Weaving, and Sir Ian Magneto.
McKellen.
Seriously, dude, why are you here?
My name is Bilbo Baggins.
Avengers Assemble! Number 2, The Avengers. This movie includes Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, the other brother from Expendables 2, the Hulk, and my girlfriend, Catwoman.
Black Widow. God, do you even read these things?
No, as I just said, I have a girlfriend.
If we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn sure we'll avenge it.
Marvel has been building this event since 2008 with the first Iron Man film, and this year in 2012 we're finally going to get it. But now it's time for my number one film that I'm looking forward to most in 2012. The Twilight Saga: Breaking Dawn, Part 2. Are you responsible for this, you sick man?
What does that mean?
Rise.
When Gotham is ashes, you have my permission to die.
What the hell are you saying?
No one knows what he's saying. But yes, Dark Knight Rises is the final film in the Chris Nolan Batman trilogy. I personally can't wait to put my cheeks in a seat, have some popcorn, and enjoy that glorious film. For those of you who don't know, DC relaunched their entire line back in September last year, calling it the New 52. With it, they released 52 titles starring some of the biggest and most popular characters, and 6 not so popular ones. Which is why there's no surprise that 6 of them are being dropped. The titles being dropped are Hawk and Dove, Black Hawks, Static Shock, OMAC, Men at War, and Mr. Terrific. That's Mr. T. I pity the fool who don't know who Mr. Terrific is. The 6 new issues replacing them are Earth 2, finally we get to see what happened to the Justice Society, World's Finest, with starring Power Girl and Huntress,
Focus.
Dull H for Hero, not Helplessness, GI Combat, not to be associated with G.I. Jew,
It's Joe, you moron.
Ravagers, what I like to do my girlfriend,
Keep dreaming.
and Batman Inc. Congratulations, Grant Morrison, you've done it again. And now for some news that won't make you cry. Brian Hitch, most famous for Ultimates and Captain America Reborn, has finished up his 10-year exclusive contract at Marvel Comics and is now teaming up with British TV host Jonathan Ross.
What's it?
What's up? Hitch and Ross are teaming up for a creator-owned comic at Image Comics called America's Got Powers. Picture American Idol, but instead of people singing their hearts out, they're throwing their superheroes around. Superheroes with superpowers. It's the same thing in my life. Because I live on the edge, like a wild dog. Kapow! That's a title I'm looking forward to, and it'll be coming out later this year. April Fool's Day came early this year for comic gossiper Rich Johnson at Bleeding Cool News. Johnson broke the story of a Spider-Man-Batman team-up which would spread over 12 story arcs. The news, of course, set fanboys into a flutter, and they haven't been this excited since they saw Angelina Jolie play Tomb Raider. But the whole thing turned out to be a hoax from Diamond Comics to catch Rich Johnson out, and he fell for it hook, line, and sinker. But don't worry, Rich took it all in his good stride, and I'm sure he's emailing Diamond now with a thank you Anthrax note. We still love you, Rich. Maybe one day we'll be together, even if Batman and Spider-Man can't. If you thought the Nintendo 3DS was a flop, you were right. Except, a couple of months ago, they started selling like hotcakes. Why is this so? Well, because games like Super Mario 3D Land and Mario Kart 7 came out, which pushed sales of the 3DS system to over 4 million! That's a lot. On the Wii front, The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword has sold over 1 million copies, making it the fastest selling Zelda game of all time, and Mario Kart Wii has also sold over 11 million units since its original release, which means there's been over 63 billion blue shells ruining child's dreams of victory. Well, this has been Geek Speak. I've been your host, Bryce McEwen. Make sure you like the Facebook page. I'm off to hit Grant Morrison with a cricket bat. Ace Comics and Games, 2 handy locations, Queen Street Mall and Annerley. Check them out for all your comic book needs, or check out their website or Facebook page. Do it. Check out Comics Plus, Scarsborough Street, sunny Gold Coast on the Great Island of Australia. Check out their website or Facebook page. They're good.